Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. Let's continue our story about the soul. So yesterday I explained to you how the entire process of the wheel of samsara was created, and today I said that I would talk a little more about incarnation. Before talking about incarnation, I want to go deeper, just a little more, at the beginning of this whole process, because I feel that in the hearts of each of you there is one little thing hammering. And you are a little bothered by this, because apparently, from everything I have already explained here, it seems that we were really complicit with the Dark Ones, in everything that happened. So I'm going to explain the events in another way, and I think you'll definitely understand everything that happened. It wasn't the Dark Ones who arrived here and changed the environment, who gave the idea to our Father or Mother God to transform this planet into a school planet. That would be really funny. What I have often said to you is that souls are constantly evolving, are on a constant journey of improvement. And to evolve, what happens to a soul? She has to be tested. It is not enough to simply go through all the lessons. Once again, I will draw a parallel with your world. It's as if it were that student, who, throughout the year, gets top grades in all subjects, then at the end of the year it is necessary to take a big test, so that he can move to the next level. And that day, for some reason, it doesn't matter what, he does very poorly on the test. And despite getting straight A's all year, he doesn't move on to the next level, because that day, something unbalanced him in such a way that he couldn't achieve his goal. Very good. So back to souls. Souls reach high dimensions, evolved dimensions, and need to pass tests, from time to time, to really be able to earn the maximum grade in that lesson. It's as if they were constantly subjected to the same situation for what? To see the reaction, to see if they are really ready to go through that and continue their journey. That's what I've been saying, that each completed lesson makes room for new lessons, and the lessons get more and more difficult, more and more complicated. This is the goal. Evolving is not easy, evolving is hard work, and a very high degree of knowledge and balance is required. So, back to the history of your planet. The civilizations that were here were really evolved. And as I said, they already thought they were sufficiently evolved, to even move up a dimension. They thought they were perfect. The world they created was perfect. Then came the tests. I think it's unnecessary to say here that everything that happens has the knowledge of our Father or Mother God. What He wants to happen happens. Very good. He allowed the Dark Ones to arrive here, those who would, once again drawing a parallel with their world, apply the tests to that civilization, evidence for evolution. And the tests were carried out very well, because you didn't pass the test, quite the opposite, you failed with a minimum grade. From then on, our Father or Mother God made the decision to make this planet a school planet. And the whole process unfolded, because that would have been a great landmark in the descent of a civilization, which was said to be very evolved, and let himself be enveloped by completely unexpected feelings. Thus showing that no one there was ready, that no one there was really prepared to evolve. So this planet became a school planet. I already told you, everything that happens has the knowledge of our Father or Mother God. So, it is as if the planet came down, not with the connivance of our Father or Mother God, allowing the Dark Ones to do what they did, but with permission. Is different. You would have to go through all of this. You would have to realize how much was caused by that imbalance. So it was allowed, by our Father or Mother God, for the Dark Ones to do what they did. Remember, everything in the universe is in balance. So, even these beings, which we say are beings of non-light, are part of the universe of our Father or Mother God, and they are part of this entire context, they participate in this entire context. So, nothing was done without the knowledge of our Father or Mother God. So, this wheel of samsara was not created by them without the awareness of our Father or Mother God. No, this was all done according to what you would have to go through. As I explained yesterday. If you remembered, you would evolve. Only that. So, every project that was done here was very well observed by our Father or Mother God, and everything was going as it should be, so that you were kept here until the moment of this evolution. But the world is governed by the law of action and reaction, and everything that was planted in you bore fruit. And there is your world today. No, we cannot put into the hands of the dark everything bad that happens in your world today. Let's say you learned your lessons very well, today you are masters in the lessons you learned. Masters of power, of greed, of slavery, of desolation. Masters in causing hunger, imbalance, injustice. So you learned a lot. Yes, the dark ones taught you this. Very good. But where is your free will? Where is your discernment, to understand whether that was good or not? Then, we no longer have the permission of our Father or Mother God. This is all a consequence of the actions you have taken all along. I can say that there were excesses on the part of the dark ones. Yes, there were, and they still are. It's as if they too have evolved in the art of mischief. Our Father or Mother God did not plan all this. He only planned a period of learning. But you became masters of what was most negative. So there was nothing more for our Father or Mother God to do, until the planet arrived at this time it is now, except, let you reap the fruits of what you sowed. Everything is lessons, my brothers. No, don't feel like you are the worst beings in the universe, because you are not. You have no idea what's going on out there. There are planets with bloody battles daily, very similar to the same walk you had here, it just became much worse. And then I tell you, who balanced everything here on this planet? Those of you, who have not let yourself get caught up in these feelings. Yes, you react to the environment, correct, through the fear that is imposed on you, but you are here on this walk. They have always believed and continue to believe that they are capable of changing and evolving. And this is what prevented your planet from reaching the point in the example I mentioned. Exactly why we make some decisions on this planet. Because they knew they wouldn't be able to involve all of you. Then they would take drastic measures. That's what I said, everyone here has evolved, not in frequency, but they all evolved. They evolved within the world, within the environment. Many of you have evolved more and more into becoming more beings of light, and the dark ones, evolved becoming more and more beings of non-light. But everything has an end, and this end is coming. So, this aside, it was just so you understand, because in the minds of many I know there was something a little strange in this whole process. Our Father or Mother God is fully aware of these beings that exist in the universe, but they are also the ones who put you to the test, they are the ones who help you evolve or not. Through opposition to everything that is good. I already said, everything is a balance. What kind of lessons would you have if everything was just good? You would pass everything with flying colors, but no, you have to be tested precisely in relation to the lowest feelings. So they are the ones who bring the evidence. It is the team that brings the tests, so that you can evolve or not. So they exist in balance. Ever. And nothing is done without the will of our Father or Mother God. As you have free will, what happened here on your planet was just respect for this free will. The choices you made. And here we come, at this moment, when we are all gathered, us and you, for this great change. It's as if you were still taking the test. It was a long test and you are still filling out some questions. If you pass all the questions, you will evolve, and all this will be left behind. Of course, depending on each person's journey, of what each person will want to resonate with after passing the new year. This will only concern each of you, not us. Well, now I'm going to talk a little about incarnation. I told you that there is a karmic council, which interviews each soul, each time it will incarnate. So, she chooses the lessons she has to learn. For example, it's a soul that didn't know how to deal with money very well, it is a soul that has harmed others in relation to money. So she chooses to go through lessons that make her understand what it's like to lack money, to feel the suffering of those, to feel the same suffering of those she caused. So if this is a very deep feeling, she chooses to come extremely poor, be in great need, starve. And then she can choose places, countries, which family she will incarnate in, to go through that lesson. This is how you travel around the planet. The vast majority of you have already incarnated on several continents, because you also often choose to simply get to know new cultures, and it is a form of evolution. Because imagine if you incarnated in the same country every time. No, I'm not going to say that you wouldn't evolve, but what would you learn? Very little. Now, if you each time incarnate in a different place, there are new cultures, new places, new ways of living, and this is being incorporated into your soul. So this explains why you often feel attracted to certain countries that you have never been to, by certain types of music, from certain eras, from certain points on the planet. That's exactly why, because your soul has already walked all over this globe. She has already walked a lot. And this is advice given by the Karmic Council, that you come every hour to a different place. I have already explained it to you here and I will explain it again. You have two lineages, a lineage from your soul, which is where the astro was created. So if the soul began its journey here on planet Earth, it is a soul of Earthling lineage. If she started the journey on the planet Venus, she is a Venusian soul. Very good. Now there is all the genetic load that you carry. I already talked about this here a while ago, but I'll talk quickly again. It's as if each of you were carrying little packages. You bring a piece of the package that belongs to your mother, and a piece that belongs to your father, who in turn carry it from their father and so on. So if you climb the tree of your ancestors, you will reach impressive numbers, with the amount of people you carry. Because yes, you have a little piece of each person's package. What does that mean? It means your human form, your human characteristics, it means some types of behavior that you inherit from your ancestors. And in this you can inherit, good things or bad things. So in truth, the composition of your human clothing, with your soul, brings an extremely complex being, and that the soul often carries things that are not of its choosing, they are things of the ancestors. And you go through certain situations that you didn't ask to go through. You can practically eliminate these situations through some therapies, in which you lose connection with these situations of your ancestors. Because they are not things that your soul chose. It's as if she received it as a gift, but she doesn't want these things, then you can eliminate. And this is how you incarnate. A lot has been said about the reincarnation of beings from the same family over time, so that they can solve unresolved problems. I already told you, karma is not like this, karma is lessons. So if you were an extremely irritable person, who never managed to get along with anyone, then will you come back in another incarnation with those same people, to go through the same problem? Will it all happen again? What will change? No, but yes, in this new incarnation I come as a calm person to live with a stressed person. Very good. But does it have to be in the same family you had? Realize the following, if you were reincarnating the same family all the time, your genetic trees would be small, because you would always be returning in the same circle. It is not how it works. Really, when you are an extremely stressed person, and you make people around you suffer, due to your problem, let's say, that your soul chooses in the next incarnation, to come as an extremely calm person living with a stressed person, so that he or she can learn that lesson. But this was the soul's choice, but not necessarily in the same family. You will incarnate in a family in which you have an extremely angry component. It doesn't matter what family it is. A family. So my brothers, you have family all over the world. And I can even say that you are all related to each other, because over thousands of years, you were born here and there, changing genetic trees, but certainly at some point, your previous tree crosses with the one you have now. So deep down, you are all related. They may be relatives from very distant incarnations, but they are relatives, genetically speaking. A long time ago, when this planet was truly populated, several races arrived here. And the races were pure in the sense that they had their characteristics, human depending on their race. But as time passed, what happened? You were mixing, you were creating new human outfits. Your soul lineage does not change, but your genetic tree has people of all races. So I can say that you all have DNA from many star races, of many. That you all carry little packages of various star races. So I ask you, what sense does discrimination make, than the other person being different from you? You may have the same gene tree as him, just one with more intensity in some breeds, and another with less. But today, those so-called pure races that had not yet mixed here on the planet are very rare, except for peoples that have remained isolated from everything else. But this is very rare today. You've already totally blended in. So when we say that we are all one, it's not for nothing, because this is a large network and everyone is interconnected, and somehow, everyone is related. And so my brothers, this is how incarnations happen. You often choose to go through certain problems because you want to feel, in physical suffering, what you caused. Is this the best way to learn the lesson? In many yes, but in the vast majority no. The vast majority, through forgetfulness, because they don't know that they are going through it because they chose to go through it, the vast majority are revolted, they don't understand that this is a lesson that has to be overcome. And revolts against the high, revolts against life, and so on. And then what happens? Things only get worse, because instead of evolving, the soul only descends. And then some choices that you souls make are of no use, because you forget everything. So this may not be the best way to learn a lesson. And then we can talk about many other things that you have a lot of doubts about. Does the soul choose when it will die, when it will lose its physical clothing? Yes, the soul chooses. It's as if you signed that script that I mentioned yesterday, you wrote the script at a certain point in that script, you said, no, here I'm going to interrupt this script, this film. I will continue in the next life. And the universe makes sure that happens. Many decide, no, I'm going to live within my means. And so it is also respected. So something that has been said to you a lot, so and so died before his time. This is true? Did so and so really die prematurely? So I will leave this to answer tomorrow. Tomorrow you will know whether this is true or not. I am Archangel Michael. I'm here trying to reveal to you a series of knowledge that you didn't have, or that were passed on inappropriately. I hope to be contributing to the evolution of each of you, of each soul of you.